You are not going to believe the price of this house right behind me. If you're looking to move to Lubbock, Texas, and you're wanting a newer construction neighborhood with a budget under $250,000, you're gonna wanna check out this house because it is unbeatable. The finishes that this builder has put into this house makes it feel like a custom home. Every detail, attention to detail is spot on, and it has a feature that you are going to want in your next home that not a lot of homes in this neighborhood have. So stick around to the end because I cannot wait to show you this detail. It is definitely a must here in Lubbock, Texas. This house is also ideal if you are wanting to be close to Texas Tech University, less than 5 miles away, or if you're wanting to be close to Lubbock Christian University. It's also super convenient to the medical district if you're wanting to be in the medical field across from Texas Tech. This house has it all, the location is perfect, and under $250,000. Well, let's go inside and take a look at this. Okay, walking into the front door, you have this little covered porch area. I love that they added this porch area because it does feel like you're tucked back away just a little bit. You can decorate it for all the holiday seasons. So right when you walk in, you are going to actually have an entryway, believe it or not. You have a little entryway with a coat closet. I mean, that's pretty hard to find for a house that is under 1,500 square feet. This house is actually 1,411 square feet. So it is a cute, quaint little house that is just perfect if you are looking for a smaller house. Maybe you don't plan to be in Lubbock for a while, or you just want to be close to medical or Texas Tech and not spend a fortune on your next house. So I am going to take you into the living room and the kitchen in just a second. But first, I wanted to talk about the rooms off to my right. So right when you walk in, you're going to have your guest bedrooms. You're gonna have the hallway here. And if you notice, this is all luxury vinyl plank. This is just a rug. Everything through the house except for the bedrooms is luxury vinyl plank flooring. It makes cleaning up super, super easy, but I also love that the 2 bedrooms are separate from the master. You have an isolated master off to the side, which I will also show you here in just a second. But when you do come through this hallway, I love the built-ins. I mean, talk about storage. I'm telling you, little details like this make a big difference when you're house hunting. And then you come into this room right off of the front of the house. This is just a standard spacious room. It's nothing crazy. I mean, if you just want an office or you just need a little nursery, this would be great for something like that. And it still does have a semi-walk-in closet. It doesn't have the builder grade rack, which sometimes you do see in this price range. It does have the shelves, the wooden shelves, and the metal hanging rod, which again, is just those little details that do make a big difference. Okay, and then you have the guest bathroom. So the guest bathroom also has quartz countertops like the kitchen, and I will show you those in a second. But to have the quartz countertops here in the bathroom, it just flows seamlessly. You have it at the same exact one in the kitchen. So again, another detail that I think is special for this price range. I mean, it's nothing big. This bathroom is just a standard bathroom. You do have your tub insert in your tub, but you still have the black finishes. Everything is very black, very modern. You still do have a little storage shelf above the toilet. You know, nothing crazy fancy in here. But it is big enough to where you could put 2 people in there. You still have room. It doesn't feel super cramped. And then across, you have just your other second basic bedroom, nothing too fancy in here. Same similar closet as the first bedroom I showed you. Again, no builder grade wire racks because we hate those. They're terrible. You can't do anything with builder grade wire racks. Okay, as I make my way into the living area, this feature of the house is something that you definitely need here in West Texas, and that is a fireplace. If you are shopping online at homes and you are looking under $250,000 or even under $300,000 sometimes, finding a fireplace is very, very difficult. A lot of the houses don't have fireplaces in that price point. So to have a fireplace under $250,000 is definitely a must here in Lubbock. It gets cold and maybe you think you will never use it, but trust me, if it's as easy as this one, which is gas, you're gonna use it, I promise. And then the mantle above, I like that they added the mantle, and they finished out the fireplace around with the edging here. It's just that little detail that does make a big difference. And then you also have all these built-ins right here. This is a lot. There's a lot of shelf and storage here, especially if you do have kids and you want to hide their toys, because this living room isn't the biggest, 14, 11 square feet. You're not going to have a huge living room. So any storage I know helps. So this is the living room. This living room, like I said, it is still very spacious. It's still very open concept to the kitchen. You still have all of these windows right here that let in all the light, especially this back door. It does have light. If it were closed off, I feel like it would feel even more dark in here. But this is also an added detail that a lot of builders don't add. This is super, super neat to see in a $250,000 house, under $250,000 house. Because who wants to clean blinds here in West Texas? I know I don't. It gets dusty. So this is very spacious. You could add a little sectional if you wanted to. It's definitely doable. I don't think that it would be too cramped in here if you did do that. But of course you definitely want to measure it. But it's just a small, quaint little house. It's not going to be this huge custom home, right? But you still do have those custom features, which I love. Okay, so into the kitchen and the dining area. The dining area, you do have your own separate designated dining area. I've been seeing that a lot at the newer constructions. Again, with the big bay window. It's pretty spacious, it's pretty big. You could add a chandelier here too if you wanted. I think that would be really pretty. Add a really pretty chandelier. But it's a great little space if you just wanted a small dining room table. Perfect. And then into the kitchen, the galley kitchen, but it's still open concept, and the huge island. The quartz countertops are the same ones that you see in the bathroom, which I think is just this touch that you don't always see. Sometimes they just put those inserts in. They don't always match, But the quartz countertops in here with the little small veining detail. It's like a brown veining detail in this one. It just makes it seem very open and a lot bigger than it actually is, right? And the farmhouse sink, big open sink right here, which I love. And then the gas range and stove area. Finding gas in Lubbock, a lot of builders are adding it nowadays because people like cooking with gas. But even have a 4-burner with a 5th burner in the middle. Again, that is not the cheapest stove. They didn't cheap out on the appliances, which is great to see, And then you walk in here and you actually have a pantry. You have a pantry. No wire shelves here. You have wooden shelves in the pantry. So again, a little bit more custom features. And then of course, just your insert for the fridge. Again though, the fridge isn't just tucked into the wall. You do have a casing around the fridge. You do have storage above the fridge. So they did think about that, and they added this cute little coffee bar, wine bar next to the fridge because you need more storage. Again, attention to detail. Also, I wanted to note the backsplash. How pretty is this glass tile backsplash? I think it's super luxurious, very spa-like. It is like a green color almost, and it's that glass feel, that glass look. It's really, really pretty. And so I just love that they actually went up the backsplash, because sometimes you'll find houses that are under $250 that only go maybe about an inch or 2 inches above the countertop. At least they added it right, or sometimes they don't even have it. So having this feature and having the backsplash is, again, just a detail that I think was not overlooked. That is very luxurious, very custom-like. And then you'll come into the mudroom. The mudroom, they added a mudroom. Again, it's hard to find something like this with storage underneath for the shoes, and you have plenty of space for your washer and dryer and storage up top. That's awesome. This is a big area. This is where you'll be coming in. This is also a 2-car garage. 2-car garage. So where this house is located is also located in Friendship ISD. If you are wanting to be in Friendship ISD, which is one of the best school districts here in Lubbock, This is the neighborhood for you to look into, again, in this price point. They are building a lot of beautiful homes here, and so a lot of the homes have been, you'll have a mix of existing homes and you'll have a mix of newer construction homes too. So it's not gonna be super, super brand new. You know, you're not gonna have only new construction surrounding you, which I think sometimes people think whenever you are moving to a new construction house. This specific street though, I mean, there's plenty of people that have lived here for a few years, but they're also expanding on this street as well and into the other street. So this neighborhood is just, it's popping off. People wanna be here because of the location and because of the price point. I also wanted to take a moment to talk about this doorway. This is a very high doorway. This is around an 8-foot doorway. This is a standard doorway. So the fact that it just is very grand right here, this huge long entryway into the master is luxurious in itself. You know, you're walking into your master suite. So walking into the master suite. It's a decent size room. You have a queen bed staged here. You could add a king, because if you see right here, there is some space right here between the bed frame and the window. So you could add a king if you wanted to. I don't think that it would feel too big in here. Again, you still have the double windows in here, so you are letting in a lot of light. And the fact that the ceiling is recessed right here too definitely helps make the room feel a lot bigger. But by any means, it's not the smallest master bedroom I've ever seen. And then we go into the master bath. You will have the dual vanity sinks, again, with the matching quartz right here. And then all the storage underneath, which I think is definitely a must here in the bathroom. And then a huge walk-in closet here in the master. You also have built-in shelves here. You also have built-in shelves here, metal rod, you know, so again, they didn't cheap out in the closets either. You also have a water closet. You have your own separate, you can close the door and you have to go to the bath, which is also not always a thing here in new construction. And then my favorite detail in the master is this shower. If you notice, it's not an insert. This is tiled. It's gonna probably be an echo, but this is tiled all the way to the ceiling. That's awesome. It's not an insert, y'all. It's not an insert. With the glass shower door. Again, not cheap. Not cheap to do any of these details that he has added. I'm telling you, the attention to detail and the small little details that you may not notice right away, but if you start thinking about those things and looking at other homes in this price range, it really does make a big difference. And it really does make a big difference on resale value too. Because if you're comparing this house to another house that doesn't have a lot of these features, more than likely, this house is going to be more desirable. So I want to take you to the backyard, because you might be thinking, oh, the backyard's going to be small. It's not going to have any room for any toys or to even grill. You're wrong, because it has a huge covered patio. I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. And the backyard itself is also very grand. It is not going to be your half acre, your acre that I've showed you in the past, but it's also not going to be your tiny little garden home either. And I'm going to take you around here because look, it goes all the way to the back. Another detail that I wanted to show you or talk about is the grass. He added grass, which a lot of times here in Lubbock, which I've shown you a few houses before, it's just dirt, right? So the fact that you also can come in here and have grass or sod already planted here in your backyard is huge, because it's hard to grow grass in Lubbock. So to finish up, the actual price of this house is $245,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1411 square feet, just minutes from Texas Tech and Medical District. If you are wanting to be in this neighborhood or have a home built by this builder, especially after seeing this house behind me with all the attention to detail, let's get connected. Call or text this number and I'd be happy to connect you with the builder, connect you with some of the other builders in this neighborhood, or show you any other homes in this neighborhood if you're looking for a budget under $250,000 or $300,000. Some homes in this neighborhood do go above the $250,000, of course, you know, $300,000 to $350,000, but they do have affordable options as well. So call or text this number, and I'd love to meet you and your family and help you make a smooth transition into the Lubbock area. And until next time, we'll see you around.